hurdle.
Say that again, Chi. Sorry.
I think it's the maybe one of the biggest hurdle in life. The
Is
doing and being and yeah,
yeah.
be conscious of it and
So the meeting up of the two
mm,
and doing it with awareness.
yeah.
Mm.
So a lot of people attempt to go around the hurdle instead of jumping over it.
And so it's like the state of aligned being and doing
Mm-hmm.
is like the ultimate state.
Mm.
And we'll just kind of like that alignment between the being and the doing. Hypothetical
Mm.
Mhm.
alignment. Now we can create without the alignment because we're always creating. We'll just always be creating what we've always had, what we've always experienced until we change something in that formula, the being or the doing.
Mm.
And I think society puts so much emphasis on the doing, so we always are changing what we're doing.
Yes.
And and never changing what we do. I mean, it's
And we don't check our being first
that's there's
because
no thought
we're
to
caught up in
being.
that doing.
Yep. Yeah, the being is the reason why, the intention, the emotion. Like to me, it's the catalyst.
In order to be, we have to look inside.
Yeah, be is internally. Yep, being is internal. And doing is the external expression,
Yes.
which is creation because it's turning it from inside to outside.
Hmm. It's like it's easier to connect when we look inside because we're all the same when we look inside, yeah? More or less.
Hmm. I went
Anything
back
for breakfast?
I went back last night to reading some of my teacher's teachings
Yes,
in yoga.
yes,
Um, and it was a lot on the sound current, which is what I use as a meditation technique. And what really drew my attention again was how many different forms of energy we are and how much we're unaware of. So when Pascal
yes.
was talking this morning about leaving the body,
Mhm.
and with Jesse coming in and bringing in what we were also talking about in group yesterday morning about the being and the doing. And what I experienced last night was, first of all, was just, oh my gosh, so much more to learn and to explore, which is exciting for me.
Yes, yes.
But it's also like I've had this available, all the time, and
Mhm.
I can remember reading it before, but not really grasping it at any substantial level. So feeling like a complete novice again.
Mhm.
But there was an interesting experience for me in this, in terms of how valuable it is not to take things personally, because
Yes.
our personhood is so limited
Mhm.
compared to what we really are and what we have available to us. And I think as people explore their different passions, whatever those passions might be, I think they are different. There's a different mixture of that doing and being each time. And it's at a different energetic plane of existence. But it's a gateway to the same place,
Yes,
ultimately.
yes.
Gateway to becoming.
All of what we are.
Mhm.
Because we are essentially a reflection of everything. And we dance between being a reflection of everything, nothing, and something. And what was interesting in his text was that the key in what's called Nada Yoga, which is the sound aspect of yoga. The key is Om, which is OM. And OM has two forms, articulated and inarticulated. And the articulated Om is a mixture of A, manifestation, U, growth, M, perfection, completion.
Mm.
I found that interesting, that completion is perfection. And then he writes, each phenomenon of the universe is passing through these three phases: manifestation, growth, perfection, completion.
Wow.
And he gives an alternative, which is manifesting, preserving, and completion of the manifestation. The preservation as opposed to growth, which I find very interesting. And then he says, nothing in the subjective universe or in the objective world is exempted from this law. Anything which is born has to grow, and that which has to grow must complete its cycle of perfection. Crops germinate, grow, and are eventually harvested. Then this begins all over again. Body, mind, senses, and thoughts are not exceptions to this rule. Thus, by the outgoing music, energy is transformed into the shapes of the world. This is the word of Genesis, or the world of the senses. And then that inner music which we have access to in our bodies is that which transforms the world of senses back to the cosmos of pure energy. And there's a lot more, but I thought I would just read that little bit.
That was really good. I love it. And there are completion of many cycles within what we are experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love completion.
So what I was thinking also, Chi, was that if everything is vibration, which it is, everything has a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody pointed out once that we feel vibration because of the resonance. So it's the resonance of the inner and the outer.
Yes.
And I think that in this languaging, in yoga languaging, I think that that's probably where the understanding that we are never alone, where that comes from. And yet that's often really difficult for us to comprehend. Because we
We all
have a
come from
great
source.
need. Yeah, but we have a great need for other humans, you know, for those mirroring neurons.
Yes. Definitely, yeah. That was good, Edison.
Thank you. I'm not
Oh,
I'm not too sure, but I'm adventurous enough to experiment here. And it might be useful for somebody else, right? I was thinking also of Pascal's trainer with the breath work saying to him, you know, that he'll experience that expansion of leaving the body, but he'll also experience the magnetic pull to stay in the body. And, you know, it was so interesting for me, Pascal, the very poignant conversation that I had with my mum about a week before she died. She had been very ill with an internal hemorrhaging and landed up in the ICU in the hospital. And when she came out, you know, she was in South Africa and I was here. And I phoned her and I said, how are you really doing, Mum? And she said, I'm so tired. And I said, I'm sure you are. And she said, I thought it was going to be easy to die. And I said, Mum, what gave you that idea? I said, the body will fight. It fights to keep us. It's spent all this time with us in it. We don't all of a sudden just manage. And her answer was, oh, so I'm not doing such a terrible job at it.
mm.
My parents gave me such gifts with their death, how they died. And I never expected that, you know. I was always so surprised and so in awe of how they managed it. It's the greatest gifts they gave me.
We're supposed to live in peace. Yeah?
Mm.
People fight the inedible. Even death itself for to serve something. Serve us.
Mm. That's being and doing. Right at that edge. You're being and doing until your last breath.
Mm. Either we can go with the flow or fight the currency.
Mm-hmm. And the outcome is the same. It's just that the
Yeah.
experience is different.
Mm.
Oh, I think I'm going to use being and doing as a bit of a mantra for myself. I'll start with today. It captures so much.
Yes, it does. Cool. I'm glad I had the time to be here today.
Yes. It was good to be with you. Gee.
Thank you.
I need to go for today. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the fun and the expansion and the laughter. It was
Have a
a
blessed day, Alice.
wonderful way. Thank you, Heinz.
Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you, Pascal. Bye, Chi. Bye, JC. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Later.
Alice.